Hello students, in this video we are going to understand midpoint and intercept theorem. In this chapter we have three main theorems. First is midpoint theorem, second is converse of midpoint theorem, third is intercept theorem. Let us understand all theorems in detail. So first theorem is midpoint theorem. So this is the main important theorem which you have to remember. First, let us understand the statement. The line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides. See, triangle has three sides, so we will take one triangle ABC. Let us take M and N be the two midpoints of two sides respectively. So what they say, the line segment joining any two sides of a triangle, any two sides, I can say AB and ACK midpoints is joining. So we can say MN is the line segment joining any two sides of a triangle is parallel to third side. Now here third side is BC because two sides already we had taken as AB and AC. So MN is parallel to BC and Mn value is equal to half of it. We have to prove Mn is equal to half of BC. So in midpoint theorem, what will be given in triangle ABC? Midpoints of any two sides should be given. Given we should have M and N are the midpoint of AB and AC respectively. So we have to prove midpoint में we have to always prove कि line segment joining the midpoints of two sides. Midpoints of two sides is MN. So MN is parallel to BC. It is parallel to third side and its measure is half third side. Now how these results we got, that we will understand in detail. We will prove that okay, how Mn is parallel to BC and Mn is equal to half BC. Let us understand. The same question, midpoint theorem. The line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. Here D and E are the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. Is parallel to third side and it's equal to half of it. So what we will do, first we will write it down. Given part mein we have in triangle ABC D and E are the midpoint of AB and AC respectively. Okay. To prove DE is parallel to BC and DE is equal to half BC. So for that we have to construct something. So we will write construction. What we are constructing. Proving is always done with a construction part. Some part we are constructing and we are assuming. We are constructing this line. A line through C which is parallel to AB. Line through C which is parallel to AB meeting DE at F. This line you have to draw. So we will say through C draw CF parallel to BA meeting DE produced at F. Now proof. We will prove that. Proof. Proof में first we will take two triangles. Let us mark that two triangle. We will take this triangle. So we can write in triangle AED, in triangle AED, yellow triangle, and triangle CEF. F. So first what we have? We have AE is equal to EC, because already E is the midpoint given. We can write this angle and this angle are vertically opposite angle, and angle A is equal to angle C, alternate angle. See, it forms a Z shape. If you will see, I am just drawing it with blue line. We can see this is just a alternate angle. So I can write AE is equal to CE, because given his E is the midpoint of AC. Second part में we will get angle AED is equal to angle CEF, vertically opposite angle. Third में we can write alternate angle, angle DAE is equal to angle FCE, alternate angle. Now triangle AED is congruent to triangle CEF by angle, side angle, axioms of congruency. Once triangle is congruent, so I can say its remaining element. Remaining element में I can say this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side, as you can see on the diagram. So therefore we can write AD. You had learned in congruency that when triangle is congruent, the remaining parts, corresponding parts of the congruent triangle will also become equal. Therefore AD is equal to CF and DE is equal to EF. We will get us result number 1. Keep result number 1. इसका reason is CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangle. Now what we can say? Now we can write D is the midpoint of AB. So therefore we can say AD and BD are equal. AD is equal to BD. See here, in this part we get AD is equal to CF, and here we can write AD is equal to BD. इसका reason I can write D is the midpoint. Actually it is given D is the midpoint of AB. It is given. So therefore I can say CF and BD are equal. Therefore we can write CF and BD are equal. Therefore BD is equal to CF, and even we can say, see, if AD is parallel to, if this AD is parallel to CF by construction, so we can say BD is also parallel to CF, and BD is parallel to CF. It is by construction. So if one pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal, so here first I have to explain you how to prove a parallelogram. So to prove a parallelogram, what you have to do, you have to just prove one pairs of opposite sides parallel and equal. If one pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal, we can say it is a parallelogram. That you have to remember. In most of the sum we will prove parallelogram by proving it in two ways. First, opposite sides are only parallel. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Both pairs of opposite sides should be parallel, are parallel, or second में you can, in both cases you can prove it is a parallelogram. Second में you can prove one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal, in both cases you can say the figure is a parallelogram. So here we got one pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal, so we can say it is a parallelogram. Which is the parallelogram? Let me erase all this part and I will draw a parallelogram for you. Just note down these 2 points that will help you throughout the chapter. Now this will become a parallelogram, the one which we are drawing with green shade, because its opposite sides are parallel and equal. These two sides are parallel and equal. So we will say therefore D, B, C, F is a parallelogram. Reason: one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. Okay. Now when we have D, B, C, F as a parallelogram, so we can say again opposite sides. Therefore DF is parallel to BC. So therefore I can say DE is parallel to BC, because they are all same line. See, these two line segments are always parallel. So you can even read as DF is since DF is parallel to BC, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Let us write opposite side of parallelogram. So first part we had proved. Okay, if DF is parallel to BC, then always obviously DE is also parallel to BC. Now we can say second part where we have DF is equal to BC. This is opposite sides of a parallelogram. But what we have, DF, so we can write it as C. DF is equal to EFA, because E is the midpoint. We had already proved over here. See, DF is sorry, I will just write it properly. Now first we can say DE is sorry, I cannot see properly. DE DF is equal to BC, opposite sides of parallelogram. This is DF is equal to BC, but we know that DE and EF are equal. DE is equal to EF. We had already proved over here. You can write it as proved. So therefore you can say E is the midpoint of DF. So we can say DF is equal to DE is equal to half of DF. But DF and BC are equal. So therefore we can say DE is equal to half BC. See, midpoints, line segment DE is joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle that is parallel to third side, which is over here, BC, with BC is the third side. So line segment joining the midpoints of the two line segment is parallel to third side, and its measure is half of the third side. We had proved already. It is very simple to prove. First make a construction, draw a line CF which is parallel to C, which is passing through C and parallel to AB. Then we get two triangles. Two triangles may we will just prove that two triangles to be congruent, these two triangles to be congruent. With that we will get E is the midpoint of DF, and we can even get CF is equal to AD, corresponding parts of congruent triangle. Then we can form one parallelogram which is BDFC, or you can write DBCF. Then you can say opposite sides are parallel and equal. Then with that help you can prove it out. Have a look at this. This part midpoint theorem is written in very proper format with all reasons and steps. You have to just remember how to prove midpoint theorem. Now second theorem is converse of midpoint. Converse means going reverse, ulta. So now converse of midpoint theorem what is there, we will understand the statement and then we will make a given and to prove. A straight line segment drawn. It is drawn through the midpoints of one side of a triangle. One side के midpoint से line segment is drawn. This line segment is drawn through the midpoint of one side. So we can say in triangle ABC, line segment is passing through the midpoints of one side. That is, M is the midpoint of AB. What they say, line segment drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle. This is the second condition, parallel to other. Parallel to other means if I am saying MN is the line segment which is passing through the midpoint of one side of a triangle, then it is parallel to other side. So MN is parallel to BC. The diagram can be this way also. This is A, B, C. Line segment MN is passing through the midpoints of AB and is parallel to AC. It can be parallel to AC also. It can be parallel to BC also. It can be of any case. This parallel to other side, then it bisects the third side. So that means here this part comes under given cases. Whenever we have a line passing through the midpoints of one side of a triangle parallel to other, then we have to prove it bisects the other side. Therefore we have to prove N is the midpoint of AC. We have to prove this. N is the midpoint of AC everywhere. So in converse of midpoint theorem, what we have, a line segment drawn through the midpoints of one side of the triangle parallel to other, then it bisects the third side. This we will prove in detail. So here given me, I can write a triangle ABC in which if you will see, we will consider D is the midpoint of AB. DE is parallel to BC. Okay, DE parallel to BC meets AC at E. That is okay. DE parallel to BC means D is the line segment which bisects AC at, which cuts AC at E. Now to prove, we can either prove AE is equal to EC, or we can prove AE is equal to half AC, or we can write E is the midpoint of AC. We can write anything. Okay, we have to prove that E is the midpoint of AC. So here also we have to do a construction which you can see already done through C through C, draw CF parallel to AB meeting DE produced at F. Same construction we are writing. Now proof. Proof में first what we have? We have CF. First we have this part. We will write DE is parallel to BC. So we can say DF is parallel to BC. First part में we have this. DE is parallel to BC. This is given. So therefore DE or DF both are in one, E and F are in one line segment. So we can say therefore DF is parallel to BC. इसके लिए given you can write reason as given part. Now second में we can say CF is parallel to AD. So we can say CF is parallel to BD. CF parallel to AB. This is construction. Therefore, we can say CF is parallel to BD. This you can write as construction. So therefore, we can say this is a parallelogram because opposite sides are only parallel. Both pairs of opposite sides we had proved it as a parallel. I had explained you to prove it is to prove a quadrilateral to be a parallelogram. You have to either prove both pairs of opposite sides to be parallel or one pairs of opposite sides to be parallel and equal. That you have to keep it in mind. Now B, C, F, D is a parallelogram. Reason opposite sides are equal. So once opposite sides are parallel, we have to write opposite sides are parallel. So we can say CF is equal to BD, but BD is equal to AD. It is given that you can write it as reason opposite sides of a parallelogram and given both part. First में opposite sides of a parallelogram and then second part में reason में you can write given opposite sides of parallelogram and second का reason is given. I am writing both together. You can write two different steps. So therefore from these two I can say CF is equal to AD. Let us mark two lines. These two sides are equal. Now we will consider two triangles. One of the triangle should be this and another triangle should be this part. तो उसमें we will mark three conditions. This angle is equal to this alternate angle, vertically opposite angles, and one of the side is given. So we can say triangle is congruent. So in triangle AED and triangle CEF, AD is equal to CF already proved, angle DAE is equal to angle FCE, alternate angle you can write which two lines are parallel, and third part में you can say के vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle में we have angle AED is equal to angle CEF, vertically opposite angle. So therefore we can say triangle AED is congruent to triangle CEF by side angle test or angle side test, AAS, test for congruency. So once triangle is congruent, we can say its remaining elements, remaining side is equal. So we can say AE is equal to EC. So therefore we can write E is the midpoint of AC. In this way you can prove converse of midpoint theorem. Third theorem is intercept theorem. So in intercept theorem, first let us understand the statement. If a transversal makes equal intercept on three or more parallel lines. So let us draw three parallel lines. You can take three parallel lines as L, M, N. These are the three parallel lines, and one transversal is cutting, let's say P and Q. PQ is a transversal which cuts three lines at A, B and C. If the transversal make equal intercept on three or more parallel, that means given में we have AB is equal to BC. Here given part will be all three lines are parallel, L parallel to M parallel to N, and we can say AB is equal to BC. So what they said, then any other line you can say any other line, let's say this line, this red one, then any other line, let us name it as RS, which intersect the three given line at D, E, F. Then any other line cutting them will also make equal intercept. So we can prove, so therefore we can say DE is equal to EF. So this is given part if all three lines are parallel and one transversal which cuts equally, then any other line will also cut in the same manner. That is, if PQ intersect the line at ABC and AB is equal to BC, then RS is another line which cuts element at DEF. So therefore we can say DE is equal to EF. So transversal में what we will get, if L parallel to M parallel to N we have, and AB is equal to BC we have, then by intercept theorem we can say DE is also equal to EF. This is what intercept theorem. So let us prove that. Proof. Same thing. I have just written all given part, three lines L, M, N such that L parallel to M parallel to N, a transversal PQ cuts them at point ABC respectively such that AB is equal to BC, and another line RS cuts them at a point DEF. We have to prove that DE is parallel to EF. So this is very easy way to prove. So first what we will do, we will say AB is, first we have to draw construction. Let us draw construction. Construction में we will say through E, this is the point E, draw GH parallel to AC, or we can say GH parallel to PQ. Meeting L at G, line L at G and line N at H respectively. So in short, we had taken GE parallel to PQ. That means GE can be parallel to AB, and we can also say AG is parallel to BE because line L and N is parallel. It is given. So now this part becomes a parallelogram. This is the first way to prove. So what I can say? I can say AB is equal to GE in first part. Second part में same way I will prove another triangle, another quadrilateral as a parallelogram. This one. उसमें we can say BC is parallel to EF because it's a EH. It's a same line segment, and even you can say BE parallel to CH. So again, this is a parallelogram. So again, I can say this side is equal to this side. Since AB and BC are equal, so we can say GE and EH are equal. Then we will do ahead. So let us write all these steps. Proof. First we will say AG is parallel to BE, that is given, and AB is parallel to GE. This is construction, given and construction. I am writing two steps at the same time. Opposite sides are parallel, so I can say, so therefore ABEG is a parallelogram. ABGE is a parallelogram because opposite sides are parallel. So if opposite sides are parallel, then it can be equal also because it's a parallelogram. So we can say AB is equal to GE. This you can write as first result. Now second part we will do same way. BE is parallel to CB. BE is parallel to CB. Sorry, CH. It is CH. BE is parallel to CH, that is given, and BC is parallel to EH. Okay, BC is parallel to EH. This is construction. So here I can write given and construction. So therefore again we can say BCHE is a parallelogram. BCHE is a parallelogram. So therefore I can again say therefore BC is equal to EH. This is my second part. Now from 1 and 2 we can say now AB is equal to BC already given. So therefore we can say EH is equal to GE or GE equal to EH, that you can say. Now let us erase all diagram. Now we will say this is equal to this. So we will consider two triangles in short we have to prove DE is equal to EF. So we will take these two triangle. This and this are vertically opposite angle. GE is equal to EH, and we can say this and this is an alternate angle because it is parallel. So by either you can say angle side or side angle side. I will take this. So we can say angle side. Now we will take in triangle GED and triangle HEF. GE is equal to, you can write result number 3. GE is equal to EH from 3. Then angle DEG is equal to angle FEH, vertically opposite angle. In third part we can write angle GDE is equal to angle HFE, alternate angle. So therefore triangle GED is congruent to triangle HEF. Both triangles are congruent, so therefore by CPCT I can say DE is equal to EF, the one which I have to prove it. This is CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So we can say if the transversal makes equal intercept on 3 or more parallel lines, then any other line cutting them will also make equal intercept. So in short, L, M, N are parallel to each other. PQ cuts L, M, N at AB, A, B and C such that AB is equal to BC. So therefore any other line RS when it cuts line LMN at DEF, so we can say DE is equal to EF. Transversal is the line which cuts the parallel line. Go through this part.